King Charles arrives in Romania for a private trip, so will miss Prince Harry's visit to UK. King Charles has touched down in Bucharest for the start of a private visit to Romania, meaning he likely miss catching up with his son Prince Harry when he returns to the UK next week. King Charles has touched down in Romania for a private solo stay. He will travel to his beloved Transylvanian Bolthol for a spot of R&R after commencing the trip with a formal bilateral meeting with Romania's President Klaus Iohannis in the capital Bucharest on Friday afternoon. His trip will coincide with his youngest son Prince Harry's return to the UK next week, meaning the pair will miss out on a royal reunion. Though the Duke did return for a fleeting visit to attend his father's coronation last month, they are not understood to have spent any time together due to the King's jam-packed schedule. The father and son have spent little time together since Harry and his wife Meghan Markle stepped down as senior royals and moved to the US. The couple's decision to undertake a series of high-profile interviews, including the 6-part Netflix docuseries, and Harry's bombshell memoir have soured relations. Harry has returned to the UK over the years, but he has spent little time with his father. On one of his most recent visits this March, when Harry sprung a surprise appearance at London's High Court, the King was reportedly too busy to catch up with his son. The King was in the UK at the time, owing the last-minute cancellation of his visit to France, but was understood to be at Highgrove, his home in Gloucestershire, preparing for the German leg of his tour, which would start just 2 days later. Harry's brother William also had plans, as he was away with his family for the school holidays. The trio reunited publicly at the King's coronation on May 6, though Harry was seated far away from his brother and the brothers arrived and left Westminster Abbey separately. Owing to no longer being a working royal, the Duke didn't participate in the coronation procession back to Buckingham Palace after the service or the infamous balcony appearance. Instead, Harry rushed home to be with his family, as his son Archie turned 4 on the day of the event. But the prospect of meeting with his youngest son is unlikely to dampen the King's spirits during his Romania trip. Charles started his visit by meeting with the Romanian president. President Iohannis was a guest at the King's crowning on May 6 and the two men sat down for talks during the COP26 UN climate summit hosted by Glasgow in 2021. He was welcomed by a guard of honor at the Cotroceni Palace in the capital before his meeting with the leader. Romania's president will later host a reception in the King's honor in the palace's Union Hall to mark the 25th anniversary since his first visit to the country. The King will then spend the rest of his break at his rural home, which has no Wi-Fi or TVs. He is expected to enjoy long walks in the beautiful scenery, do some painting and read books. It is not known how long Charles will spend in Romania, but he is expected to visit the country's Transylvanian region where he has a number of properties. The King has developed a close relationship with Romania, a country he first visited in 1988, and last year he traveled to Bucharest to tour a donation center for Ukrainian refugees and chatted to those who had fled the Russian invasion of their homeland. In 2015 he established the Prince of Wales Foundation Romania, which offers heritage preservation training courses to both local people and international apprentices. He owns a number of properties in Romania, including a holiday let, which helps fund the foundation, and a 17th-century peasant's house, which acts as the foundation's headquarters, both in the village of Viscri.
You got the night off, had a bad day and you need to loosen up. Going out tonight, everything's gonna be alright. Put on the makeup, get lit tonight, ain't no mistaking. Holding nothing back, excite me. Thoughts are swimming in your brain, you see me and you look away. The night is young, don't push away, don't be scared. I'm loving every moment, I'm not afraid to show it. So let's just be a moment. Let it go. Going out, going to show up, take a shot. resisted the city lights. I